So all of a sudden, a lot of people have come down with a severe case of Trump Abandonment Syndrome. Let's talk about that. Because counting down the days to the end of the Donald Trump era, like justice, matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So let the Trump abandonment begin. There have been a few stories reported over the last 24 hours that make clear that world leaders and GOP senators alike have concluded Donald Trump is going down. Let's briefly talk about three of those stories, and I don't want to bury the lead. Let's start with Vladimir Putin, because Vladimir Putin is kicking his puppet to the curb. Here is some of the reporting on that story. Headline: Putin rejects Trump's criticism of Hunter Biden's business. Russian president took time to knock down what he made clear he regarded as false allegations from Trump about the Bidens. Now, Vladimir Putin may be corrupt to his core, but he's no fool, right? He has realized he can't work his nefarious magic a second time and reinstall Donald Trump for a second term. So he's cutting his losses, and his calculation is he will very soon have to do business with a President Joe Biden. And can I add as a footnote to that story how far we've fallen as a nation when a Russian president, famous for his propaganda, speaks more truthfully about matters than an American president. Story number two. In front of reporters, with cameras rolling, Donald Trump tries to get the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to badmouth Joe Biden. Here's some of the reporting on that story. Headline: Trump's pathetic attempt to get Netanyahu to attack Biden falls flat. And here's one of my favorite parts of that article as reported by The Intercept. Quote, 10 months after he was impeached for secretly trying to coerce a foreign leader, President Zelensky, into opening a sham investigation of Joe Biden, Donald Trump tried and failed to get Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to criticize Biden during an Oval Office conference call. And here is some of the exchange between Trump and Netanyahu. Trump, quote, "Do you think Sleepy Joe could have made this deal, Bibi?" Bibi is Netanyahu's nickname. "Do you think Sleepy Joe could have made this deal, Bibi? Sleepy Joe?" Prime Minister Netanyahu, well, Mr. President, one thing I can tell you is we appreciate the help for peace from anyone in America, close quote. I guess Bibi wouldn't do Donald a favor, though. And how disturbing is it that the President of the United States talks to other heads of state using juvenile nicknames for his political opponent, a political opponent who also was Vice President of the United States for 8 years, uses juvenile nicknames and tries to get other world leaders to badmouth him. So, story number three. Legendary reporter Carl Bernstein, right, of Woodward and Bernstein fame, Watergate, All the President's Men. He broke the following story that was reported out over the last 24 hours or so. Here's the headline: GOP Senators pondering action if Trump loses and refuses to step down. And here is some of what Carl Bernstein said. As many as 10 senators are trying to come together to make a plan that if the president provokes a constitutional crisis, which they believe he will, they will try to find a way to let law and order and the Constitution prevail. The article continues. The GOP senators are talking with each other about how to restrain what they regard as an out-of-control, almost madman who is determined to do anything to hold on to office regardless of its legality, regardless of how far it crosses lines that are unthinkable in terms of authoritarianism, Bernstein said. So what's the takeaway from these three stories over the past 24 hours? Well, Putin, Netanyahu, and 10 Republican senators all seem to agree. Trump's done. But can I close on this, folks? Particularly when it comes to these 10 GOP senators who are apparently ready to step up and, I hesitate to say, do the right thing. I wouldn't rush out to buy tickets to the GOP senators' reputation rehabilitation tour just yet, because justice is coming for those Republican senators. And justice matters. It matters. As always, folks, we've got a week left. Let's get out there and vote in numbers too big to rig, in numbers too real to steal, and stay safe while we're doing it. And before signing off, folks, as always, you can find me right here on my YouTube channel, Glenn Kirshner 2. You can find me on Twitter all day and night trying to answer legal questions. Glenn Kirshner 2 is my handle at Twitter. And of course, if you want to support our content, this is an all-volunteer effort here, you can go to patreon.com, become a patron, and support our efforts and our content. As always, folks, thank you, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.